Hey guys, I got the invite to go to the White River and do a little kayaking with some friends from church. So this is our little adventure.
How much more those are.
What's that?
That kayak versus this, there's so much more
Yeah.
versatility.
Here we got a picture of Matt taking pictures.
We dropped one of our cars off at the landing site at Diamond Point, then headed up to the launch site. Well, we put in at 10:04. We got a little lost going to our put-in point at Pine Point. We're gonna go towards Diamond Point. Should be about a 4 or 5 hour float, and we'll see how this goes. Talk to you later. The White River starts in the Newaygo area, White Cloud area, then heads down through the town of Hesperia and then down into Muskegon, Oceana counties before it empties out into White Lake near Muskegon and Montague. We started just west of Hesperia near the Pine Point campground. The reason I said we got a little lost is because some of the county roads don't exist on GPS. Just 15 minutes on the water and we see a sign, no put-out point for the next 2.5 hours. There's heavy vegetation and no place to pull out your kayaks. So they're giving you
Hey Jim,
a heads
what's
up.
wrong?
Watch out for that one, bud.
Did you get stuck?
Too much, what do you call that in the boat?
That's what you needed.
What's that? Man.
There was lots of deadfall, a lot of going back and forth.
Oh, that was tight.
Zoom. That was nice.
Oh, my man.
Some of the deadfall had been maintained by local kayakers. Other sections we had to break a sweat to get through.
Oh,
That's the way to do it.
We saw lots of wildlife. Several red-tailed hawks. We even think we saw a bald eagle take off in the early morning around 10 a.m. As you can see here off to the left, we came upon a family of sandhill cranes. It was a pair of cranes with a young one with them. We followed them along the bank and they kind of followed us, just keeping an eye on us for several minutes before they finally flew across the river to the other side. This river was really challenging because how old it was a lot of back and forth paddling. There were spots where we were single file, getting through the narrowness of the channel, and then other sections that had opened up real wide and sandy, and we had to pull our kayaks through the shallow sandy. The first 2.5 hours from Pine Point to Cisco Bayou I would not recommend for novices or young kids. It was really tough getting through some of the sections. This is what happens when your kayak hits a whole bunch of deadfall. Lots of deadfall on the White River. Scott's going to show us how you get through a deadfall log. Hey, that's the way to do it. Well, we came up to Cisco Bayou, which is another launch area. There was large groups starting to enter the water. About that time it was 1 o'clock in the afternoon. There were a lot of forks in the road on the river. So the locals, or maybe kayak groups, put up yellow signs with arrows telling you which direction to go.
So the GPS shows 8 miles. And we should be there anytime. At Diamond Point.
From Diamond Point to the west is where large groups enter for tubing and canoeing. Okay, we just pulled out, got the kayaks loaded up, we're heading back to town. It was 10.5 miles on the river, on White River, from Pine Point down to Diamond Point. And it took us about 5 hours of paddling, consistent paddling. We didn't stop for anything. Pretty much just kept floating. So a lot of deadfall in certain sections, but it was a good time. We'll see you next. Had a great time with Scott, Chris, and Jim. Thanks, Jim, for use of the kayaks. Looking forward to next year.